The Super Bowl commercials hit a record $5 million for a 30-second spot. As always, they're getting a ton of attention. Take a look for yourself.
Hey, buddy.
Hilarious and attention-grabbing. Celebrity cameos and iconic slogans.
Where's the beef?
Super Bowl commercials almost bigger than the game. That pricey spot that's a 30-second or longer opportunity for companies to advertise during the biggest game of the year. This year, Carolina Panthers quarterback selling Buicks.
But if that's a Buick, then my kid's Cam Newton.
Ready! And actress Melissa McCarthy saves the world in a Kia. It's also the return of Bud Light 80s icon Spuds MacKenzie, now the ghost of Spuds.
Hello, Brian.
Some companies are continuing the recent tradition, already releasing full ads online days before Super Bowl Sunday. This Budweiser spot celebrating its immigrant founder.
Welcome to America.
As the country debates immigration, Anheuser-Busch calls the timing of the spot a coincidence. The goal, of course, to profit. But some Super Bowl commercials change the game. Apple's 1984 is still called the greatest, but in 2017, companies will once again try to break the mold. And for more, Adweek editor Lisa Granatstein is here to discuss. Lisa, thank you very much. A lot of places to start here, but I got to tell you, after seeing the Budweiser spot and also that lumber spot, clearly the recent events that we've seen on the national landscape regarding the executive order with immigration are going to be themed here in one way or another. How quickly did they turn around, or was that always part of the messaging and it just happened to coincide with national events?
Well, I think it was a little bit of both. Budweiser apparently had been working on their ad for about 8 months. So there was already talk of a wall back then. There was already immigration debate. There was also a script that was handed in for 84 Lumber that was rejected by Fox. So 84 Lumber had to go back to the drawing board and tweak their script before they shot it. There is a bit of preparation, and while Budweiser claims that they were not doing a political ad on purpose, that definitely, it really turned into one, whether intentional or not. And 84 Lumber, you just can't help but think that was political.
And look at all the free advertising they're getting as a consequence. Let's talk a little math here. It's not just $5 million bucks for a 30-second spot. It's all the costs that go into it, etc. They got to obviously feel they're getting a return on investment.
Absolutely. It's not just $5 million. You're paying for talent. You're paying to create the ad itself. You're paying for a digital push. There was a lot of costs involved, and the return on investment is great, especially if you have a successful ad, which is well received, and you roll it out early, which many brands have learned is the way to go because you get a lot of social push on YouTube and on Twitter. Budweiser, for example, has had over 6 million views so far, and that's even before the game.
Obviously, you think spots, you think beer, burgers, etc., auto, but half of this audience that's going to watch on Sunday are women. And in fact, I mentioned auto. Audi's doing a spot, and I understand it's going to relate with pay equity. They're obviously targeting the audience. Yes,
absolutely. Nearly half the viewers will be women, and marketers are very much aware of that, obviously. It's bigger than, the number of women watching is bigger than the Grammys, Oscars, and Emmys combined. So that's huge. And Audi is definitely taking a stand with pay equity. That's the position they decided to take. And they also have internal efforts at their offices with internships. So they're putting their money where their mouth is, and they're taking this message seriously.
We've seen gimmicks before. I remember a couple unfortunate ones, but there's a live ad that we're going to see this Sunday. Talk about flying without a net, especially given the costs associated. Snickers, right?
Right. Snickers is really taking a huge risk. They're spending millions and millions of dollars. Adam Driver is going to star in the commercial. He, of course, is one of the stars of Girls as well as Star Wars. He's Kylo Ren. It's supposed to have a Western theme. They're already streaming live for the past 36 hours and into the Super Bowl. They'll be streaming live to promote the ad, which at that time they'll reveal. So we have to wait and see. All we know is there's some sort of Western theme.
Well, and speaking of the overall theme, and you know this better than I do, publicity, even sometimes bad, is good as long as they're talking about you. Is this going to be a lighter tone, more on the funny side in the spots? We talked about a couple spots that could, tilt into the political world. At the end of the day, when they're talking about the spots, are they talking about then which ones made them laugh? Give us a takeaway that you think at the end of Sunday night we'll be saying.
I think we'll be seeing a few poignant ads. Fiat Chrysler will be back for 3, and of course they were known for doing Eminem's Made in Detroit and Clint Eastwood's Halftime in America. So we may be in for some sort of moving ad, maybe political, we'll see. But I think for the most part, brands are being very, very careful this year, and there'll be a lot of light humor. We've already seen it in the ads that have come out so far.
And we will be watching. Lisa, thank you so much for the time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, everyone, coming up next, we got some local headlines, so please stay with us.